Hey, Ramble After Dark. Ramble Radio After Dark. Sure. I'm Jerry Rocha. That right there is
Eddie Pence.
Right over there. That's Eddie Pence. And here, Eddie, you ready for this?
What?
358. 358. Ooh. Isn't that something? Ooh. 358. And man, 138 5-star ratings. I don't know how we jumped up. We got another one. One. Locker Miltic is still on top. But at least for a few more days, we do not have to say these fucking people.
We don't. We can retire that for now.
We can. And these you think it's just
people
you?
Put in a box.
Right.
Put it over there.
Right.
Yeah.
You think it's just you and I today, right?
That's how it's been. So
how
why
it's
would
been?
it be any different?
Why would it be any different? Well, it's kind of weird how Steve Scalise said, "Hey, I'll run. Put me up there." And then he just mysteriously dropped out of the running for Speaker of the House.
Sounds odd.
And now joining us is the one and only Cody Villafana. What is going, Cody? What shenanigans are you up to right now?
Look, I know I've been gone for a while.
Yeah,
DC's been crazy.
We can tell.
I kind of obviously I was behind the whole thing. Right?
From McCarthy being outed to
I mean,
look
MTV,
so to speak.
Look who led the charge. Who led the charge for the McCarthy outing?
Matt Gaetz.
That's your boy.
Your boy, Matt. Your
bro. Protege.
Your protege. Some would call your Padawan.
Yeah.
Your protege.
So,
Wow. Man. So I don't know if you knew this, Cody, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I've been gone for so long, but you've been seeing my handiwork everywhere.
Everywhere. That's what we've been talking about. We have been giving you credit. We've been giving you credit. We have been giving you credit for this. Now, real quick, I don't know if you knew this, Cody, but Eddie, do you still happen to have the Mr. Football right in front of you?
Right here.
So, Cody, I don't know if you know, but I'm Mr. Football. My football predictions. I don't want to say I'm batting 1,000.
Yeah.
But it was just about Eddie. When did I actually give you this basket of fruit?
You gave it to me the Friday, the last round radio before last week's Sunday football games.
And I said, and I didn't. All I said was you might find something in there. And the first number is the 49ers. The second number of the Cowboys. And it was inside of just a whole orange, unpeeled orange. Right. And go ahead and show Cody what that was, Eddie. Right there. You want to just go ahead and it's it. Here. Right there. That's right there. It was inside an orange.
He nailed it.
Inside an orange. Right, Mr. Football.
Wow. And he doesn't stop there because literally you sent me another basket of fruit after the Thursday night game.
Yeah, I did. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And this is you did. I don't know. You did it again.
Was this in a banana? Yeah, there, Mr. Football.
Unreal.
There it is, Mr.
Called it.
I said Kansas City's the first number. I said Kansas City's the first number. Broncos are the second.
Now,
19-8. Who picks 19-8?
Who picked Mr. Football?
Now, I didn't see the Cowboys-Niners game, so I assume the Cowboys were on top, right?
No,
it was.
They were definitely bottoms in that game.
They were bottoms in
that game.
They were definitely bottoms. Look, can we talk about how I think for Ramble Sports, things aren't looking so bad right now because Eddie's team, the Commanders, might have finally found a quarterback. They might have finally found a quarterback.
They'll get him killed, though.
Well, but let's just look at the positive. You might have finally found a quarterback. Here's another positive for Ramble Sports. Either my team or Cody's team is going to be in the World fucking Series.
That's right.
So there's that.
That's
that
crazy.
For Ramble Sports too. So I'm telling you, things are looking okay for Ramble Sports. Now, Cody, do you mind if I share something you told me last night?
What?
It's some Ramble shit talking.
Oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to share this or not?
Yeah, sure.
I won't.
Yeah, go for it. I got no shame.
This is after the Astros clinched their trip to the championship
their seventh
series.
Straight
ALCS, where they will face their hot ancient rival, my Texas Rangers.
Ooh,
bitter rivals. However, I'm telling you this right now. The Rangers, and I don't think anyone can argue this. If any team has ever been playing with house money, it's the Texas Rangers this year. They were not supposed to be So I'll take it. Fuck it. Let's just go try to win. Who gives a shit? But
Are they the Nationals of 2019?
I'm hoping. But
Could they be
now,
that team?
No, because their bullpen still is kind of shaky. Everything else is fine with the Rangers. Their bullpen is the weakness, and one thing that the Astros can do is hit, obviously. But here's why I think it's going to be a really good series is because the Rangers and the Astros so far this year have both been able to win every kind of baseball game. From the shootouts to the low scoring, they can both. So it could be a series where one game is like 3-2, and the next game is like 8-9, and then the next. I mean, it could very well. It's going to be. I think it's going to be very entertaining. But so I would say the Rangers are playing with house money. I would say the Astros are built for this, and they're proving they're built for it because here they are. However, if one team was the house this year. You talk about playing with house money. If there was any team that was the house, it was the Dodgers of Los Angeles.
Oh.
And Cody, in all friendliness, he said, funny how our old pal Joe Santos rears his head to roast me every few months, but goes silent when his Dodgers are getting embarrassed. Cody has not forgotten this blood feud between him and George Santos. Joe Santos.
No,
but hey, look,
vicious.
You have the amazing Clayton Kershaw, who in his start pitches 1/3 of an inning and gives up 6 runs for a playoff ERA of 162.
Look, as a Ranger fan, do you mind if I say if anyone told me Nathan Eovaldi would have like a light years better ERA than Clayton Kershaw when it mattered? I would not. I'd be like, oh, sure, I'll take it. Man, this is interesting.
Is Kershaw done? You think in LA? You think he's done?
He might be done. Period. I don't know if he ever.
That's what I'm saying. You think he's done?
Yeah,
I think
he might retire. I mean, but you don't want to go out like that, right?
I know. That's rough.
Here's
to go out
the
that
thing:
way.
the Dodgers still have money. They still have a massive payroll. You would think they could still entice him to come back, and he would think, all right, you know what? Let me have one more year and hope to God the postseason goes different. Because I don't.
What do you think he would move into a closer role? Be more of a closer than a starting pitcher?
I mean, it might preserve his career a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. If he wanted to play a few more years,
get a lot more out of him.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's ever been like an ego guy, so maybe he wouldn't give a shit. Like if he just thinks, well, look, I can at least redeem my last outings, right? Like,
Oof.
But that was Eddie, Joe Santos. We're not piling on here, but Eddie hit me up. It was like, has this ever happened? Like, I think, didn't you say was this the most historic meltdown we've ever seen from a pitcher of that caliber?
What you would consider an ace or a potential Hall of Fame type pitcher, and I wouldn't say he's in his prime, but he's not that far past his prime.
I would
to go into a playoff game and do that in the first inning.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and that is crazy.
I mean, it's one thing to play and then get like rocked for 3 or 4 innings and then get pulled, but to go out in a 1 inning in the first inning and don't even make it through the inning, and you gave up 6 runs, that's unheard of for a starting pitcher.
So here's the crazy thing is that Clayton Kershaw's regular season career ERA is 2.48 career. Wow. In the playoffs, his ERA is 4.49.
Well, he's never been a great postseason pitcher.
No, not at all. Now
but
that 4.49
that was historically bad.
That 4.49 is probably heavily weighted by the 162 of this year. So
that skews the math a little bit.
A little bit, but
Wait, did we see the Ultra Magnus moment in real life happen? Was Clayton Kershaw the Ultra Magnus of Major League Baseball? Just like
he might have been of the Dodgers that day.
I mean, great warrior, hell of a legendary warrior, but you stick him where it matters, and
he crumbles, just crumbles.
See, we can always bring it back to Ultra Magnus. I think that's one of the beauties of the Ramble.
It was just like such a fluky thing to go in there and pitch that poorly in one inning.
Bad.
I mean, no other pitcher in baseball would have done that. Just him in that one moment did that. It's crazy.
But I mean, didn't every Dodgers starter at least give up like 3 or 4 by the 3rd inning in this series?
Yeah, they never led.
Yeah, I don't think they ever led. That's what's even crazier is Like, okay, and then look, I did. Who knew this was going to be an all baseball ramble? Look what we can give you. Look what we give
It's
you.
a crazy
But
playoffs
does
right
Dave
now.
Roberts keep his job? Like, how do you?
Well,
How does
what I don't
does no one take a fault for this? This is
what
terrible.
what I don't understand though is some people blaming the new playoff seeding for what happened. I don't agree.
No,
that-
you play the teams you play, and that's what it is.
Like, if this were just all one-offs and they played Arizona for one game and Kershaw just got shelled, you'd be like, well, that was a fluke. You could argue the better team didn't win. But they had 3 fucking games to beat them.
the best of 3 is a different series than a best of 3.
It is.
Sure.
It is. But you would think if you're that much better, it doesn't matter who the fuck's in. That's why, like, as a Ranger fan, I kind of wanted the Astros because I think they were the best team in the American League. That was it. Like, I want to beat the best. If they're gonna win, beat the best team. If they're gonna lose, lose to the best team.
If you're you're a lower seed, you want to face the best team in a short series because you could jump on someone and something could happen. You don't want to face the best team in a 7-game series,
right? Because you will most likely get slaughtered. But do you really think
you could jump up?
But do you think if this Arizona LA series were best of 7, LA just kills them eventually? I
mean, you never know. It's not unheard of to
Yeah.
come back from 2-0 in a best of 7.
Right.
It's not unheard of.
No, it's been. I just don't know why.
So-
I don't know how, like, the old time. I know a lot of old time, but even Mookie Betts was like, well, no comment when they asked him if it's like this new playoff schedule.
Yeah, but also the Astros are like the Astros had the same thing where they had a bye and they had all the time
had a
off
bye.
too. And
They had a bye.
and they're there. They're the only team
There's-
that's there that had the bye, but
they're
they're
the
there.
only ones. And I'm not trying to talk shit, but like I don't think it's fair to say that the Texas Rangers just fluked their way to where they are. I
No,
mean,
they didn't fluke away,
they
but-
swept Tampa Bay, who started with the best record, and Baltimore, who ended with the best record. So it's not like they just played cream puffs. Like,
But you could make the argument that it's in the best interest of Major League Baseball to make sure your best teams play 7-game series.
that's very true.
That's
You
right,
don't
but
want your
I
number one. You don't want your best teams getting knocked out
getting
in
knocked
3-game
out.
series.
But if they,
because that hurts everything.
But that's on the team. Like if the Astros,
it's on the team, but I think
Dodgers-
Major League Baseball might correct it because you really don't
Right.
want your big
Right.
market teams and your top records going
to
out
just
in the
get
3-game
slaughtered
first
like
round.
that because it was,
You don't want that.
But
because,
that's
like,
not.
yeah.
I mean, but that that's still those are 2 wild card teams still though. So like
Right.
the
You should beat them.
The
should
solution
win.
should be to make the ALDS or the NLD the DS series 7 games.
Yes.
That would be the solution.
Yep.
Yes.
Just everything is 7-game series after the wild card round.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
Just-
that would
yeah.
be fine.
because then there's no, oh well, we just got a team that caught fire.
Right.
That excuse goes out the window if it's 7 games.
The wild card, you have to have some advantage for
right.
aside from just a bye in
Right.
some ways
Right.
for like winning your division. But
Yeah. This is.
But didn't the NBA do that with the Lakers? Didn't they change the first round into a 7-game series? It didn't used to be 5. What they do?
Five.
Against the,
Used to be 5,
and they changed
then
it to 7
changed it
because
to
they didn't
7.
want the Lakers getting bounced out in the first round.
Right. They changed it to
So
7.
Major League Baseball may do that because it's like you don't want to lose your big market teams.
who are always
in the first
should
round.
always be in there. Those big market, the
Yeah, but
Yankees and
flukes
Dodgers
happen
should
in
always be there.
sports.
Right.
Shit
right.
happens in sports where
I mean, at least it's not a 1-game wild card like it used to be. Like that's an
Jesus.
improvement. That sucked.
That was awful. The anxiety for that shit was through the roof. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I don't blame it though. I'm like, who cares? There's more teams now in the playoffs, which I think is always good for
I like
ratings.
it better, but I can see where
Yeah.
Major League Baseball might start having a problem if the big market teams and the 100-win teams get knocked out in the first
Start
round.
getting knocked out.
Which is
But I
the
mean,
other weird thing too, because like obviously if you win your division and you get the bye,
Right.
and so if the solution is to make the series longer, that bye is just going to be longer
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like what do you like? What is the solution there?
It's unless you just go back to like 2 teams represent each
Yeah.
the
Or
American
you
League and
shorten
National
the regular
League.
season, by 10 games and add more games to the postseason.
That's another
Or
thing.
you just eliminate the bye and you just
Yeah.
what like could you do like like in the wild card series all 3 games are played at the higher seeded stadium.
Right.
So you could do like a 5-game series where they're all at the
yeah.
stadium, and that's
Yeah.
your advantage or something like that.
That's it. That's man. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the fallout because I don't think we've ever seen like like is this this has to be one of the first times where Houston is like the only team that had a bye week that is still playing right now,
Yeah.
right? The only team that had a
Probably.
bye series that's still
I mean, 3
alive.
100-win teams are gone.
Didn't Atlanta get
you're-
eliminated today?
Yeah, they did.
You're basically nullifying the regular season for this
Yeah.
these short 3-series games,
Right.
3-game series.
Right. It's
You're kind of what you're doing.
fucking
You're making
crazy,
the
man.
regular season not matter. It doesn't matter if you won 100 games.
It
'cause you're
doesn't
playing-
fucking matter.
It doesn't
re-
fucking matter.
There used to be a time
Why are you
where
playing so many games when they don't matter?
Right. There was a time when if you won 100 games, you were a lock to at least be in the division, the division
Championship
the
series.
championship series. That was it. If you won 100, you knew that team was going to at least be there.
But any
yeah,
team,
it-
I mean, like any team can sneak 2 on a good team, and then that good
Yes.
team that's why they're good is because in a 7-game series they will battle
They
their way
right
back
the
and
ship.
beat you.
But if you get 2 on them and they're snake bit for a little bit, they won't recover. Obviously by game 3, right?
No,
I
but-
guess that's the crazy shit. Well, man, I think we will solve baseball here on the Ramble.
I think we
Yeah.
did.
I think
No, yeah.
it's gonna happen. We got Loki to talk next week. Cody, have you seen any of the Loki show?
No, I haven't. Haven't seen past like the screeners I had of season 1. So
Ah, all right.
I'm sort of tapped out on Marvel right now.
And now, but now that they have showrunners, who knows? Now that they figured out how to make a TV show,
Now that it took them to realize they had half a season of shitty Daredevil to
to
correct
be
it.
like, wait a minute,
Wait a minute, this sucks.
this really fucking sucks. Maybe we should redo this with like how TV shows do it with like a showrunner and stuff.
How were they
That
doing?
might-
What happened? How were they doing it before?
They were just having it was like same way Disney's doing it with Star Wars. There's no real showrunner. It's just they have the
There was like a-
filmmakers.
There was like a head
Oh.
writer who was basically
Yeah.
like writing the entire series, and then directors that would come in and direct it, but they wouldn't have like rooms or
Right.
or
Yep.
anything like that. I don't believe.
So it's what happened with the sequel trilogy in Star Wars. It was just
Yep,
a bunch
exactly.
of disjointed.
They're just doing it, disjointed. And I think they were. I think the only good thing to come from this, besides the actors and writers hopefully getting more of what they want, but to come from this strike is that might save Daredevil because apparently it was during the strike that they looked at the footage for Daredevil and they're like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?"
What are we doing?
They were like, "This is fucking terrible," and so they scrapped it and they're apparently going to redo it.
Which
with the
again, I
whole-
don't know why you don't catch that like when the scripts are turned
Day
in.
one,
But
day one, it's
or like the idea that they said it was turning into like a legal procedural instead of like, like
Right.
an ass kicking series that it was on Netflix.
Because that's why
Yep.
people read the Daredevil comics for all
the
the
drama, the
courtroom
legal
drama.
drama. Oh well, we'll see. So I thought Loki got off to a much better start than Ahsoka for sure. So let's see what happens. And Kihei Kwan is going to be the key. I think he's the. I want to see what they do with him. because
Is there
that's
any Jonathan Majors early on?
Not
nothing
yet.
Dave. He's
I haven't
just
seen
a
episode 2
statue.
yet, but
Just
episode
a
1 is
statue
just
and a painting. Yeah, that's it. So well,
Very
there we go.
curious
Now
to see what they do there.
I know. It's.
He's been in the previews, so they're not
He's been in every
they're not
preview.
ignoring him.
Yep, but all they've shown of him in the preview is the flashback scene from the end of Ant-Man where he's in like the 1800s or whatever. Like that's all
Yeah.
they're showing of him is that one moment. So who knows what they're gonna do? That's, but yeah, as great as this to have Cody back,
Yes, talking baseball.
Yes.
someone else who should have gone is still here. We have
Oh,
Oh, Skeletor.
contractual.
We were just talking about baseball and how sometimes the better teams don't always make it out of a short series the way they did this year. We had 3 100-win teams not make it into any of the championship series. Have you ever, in any of the sports in Eternia, has any team ever not really fulfilled its promise or its destiny to live up to its regular season wins?
Eddie, baby, here we are after dark, baby, in the hot tub with the big ass, baby. That's a wonderful question, baby. I'm glad you've asked me, big guy. Not lived up to their expectations. Well, they were supposed to get rid of me a long fucking time ago, weren't they? And who's still here, huh? So I think you could look at that fucking piece of shit, He-Man, and his little fucking gang of queefs over there. They were so old. They were supposed to come get rid of me. And I'm sorry, but I'm still here sucking cock, eating pussy, taking names. Like a champion. Huh? in the hot tub, baby. You know, if you like it, you like it, right? Lot of fun in this hot tub. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a lot of fun. The temperature keeps warming and warming up.
I peed in the hot tub, guys.
Huh? Hold on. Oh, love that. Love that. Anyway, yeah. So He-Man and his merry band of dipshits were supposed to get rid of me, and they haven't. So I would say they're failures. And I think they should do their little walk of shame and do 1,000 laps inside the biggest place in eternity, and that's He-Man's mother's pussy.
There's something different about Skeletor this
dark.
time around. What's
Skeletor After Dark is a little.
I think this is my
It's
first
worse
time
than
meeting Skeletor After Dark.
It's worse.
I don't like
It's
it.
far worse.
It's very.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
It's
Hold on. The little cook here. They peed again.
Jesus fucking Christ.
okay.
Cody, we're really sorry, man, that you have to follow.
yeah, no, that's
Skeletor After Dark.
this is terrible.
It's bad. It's bad. We're all embarrassed by him.
Well, Cinesnob Cody on all the socials, Letterboxd Cinesnob Cody. I'm a little behind there, but and also the Cinesnob podcast where
is.
we're still reviewing stuff coming out.
Hey, was that Exorcist movie good or bad?
I've heard pretty terrible things about it, so
I've heard bad
stupid.
things.
Yeah, it looks
I've heard
so
bad
stupid.
I have
things.
not watched it. But on Monday, I am seeing the new Scorsese movie.
Ooh.
So
3.5 hours, right?
3.5 hours, yeah.
Man, I can't wait for that and Iron Claw. Those are my big.
Yeah.
Because Iron Claw, dude.
I want to see Iron Claw. I don't know much about the
Man.
Scorsese movie. I don't know.
Iron
There's not
Claw,
much
I got to be there
doing
for
it over
both.
there.
I'm gonna Iron Claw.
Iron Claw,
though.
I definitely want to
Dude,
see.
I remember the day David Von Erich died. It was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was at school, or the next day, and it was just like the saddest I've ever seen an entire elementary school, because we all just worshipped him at the sportatorium and stuff. It was, man, yeah, I'm very interested to see this flick. But Eddie, where can all the fine folk find you, buddy?
Patreon.com, The Ralph Report, 5 days a week, and then Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio, Wednesdays, Ramble Proper.
You can find me at the same Ramble locales. You can find Eddie and Cody also streaming on Kick and Twitch at Retro Rocha and on my YouTube channel. Do all three at once. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. Stay safe. We will see you Tuesday for a Ramble Radio next week. Be good, everyone. Bye.